What if I told you that the doorway to your greatest spiritual awakening has been inside your body all along? Not in some distant temple, not on top of a mountain, not buried in a sacred scripture, but right there, pulsing at the core of your being. I'm not talking about ordinary energy. I'm talking about the raw, primal electric fire that makes your heart race, your skin tingle, and your imagination ignite. The energy of sex. If you're new here, my name is Dr. Ani Railkar, and I help men and women over 30 with low testosterone levels increase their testosterone levels naturally and have an overall good quality of life. Now, before your mind jumps into images of lust, desire, or shame, pause for a moment. Because what you have been told about sexual energy your entire life is only half the truth. Society painted it as something to hide, to release quickly, or to use for fleeting pleasure. But hidden beneath that shallow understanding lies one of the most powerful secrets in all of human history. Your sexual energy is spiritual energy. If it is the same force that mystics, sages, and enlightened masters spent lifetime trying to awaken, it is the serpent coiled at the base of your spine, known in the ancient Sanskrit text as Kundalini. It is the Taoist life force called Jing, which transforms into a radiant spirit. It is the Sufis' wine of divine love. Different traditions gave it different names, but they were all pointing to the same thing, the sacred fire of creation living within you. This is not just a metaphor. Think about it. Where does life itself come from? From the meeting of sexual energy? Every man, every woman, every living being, you and I, are alive because of this force. If it can create a new human being, imagine what it can create inside your consciousness when it's awakened, cultivated, and directed upward. Here is the uncomfortable truth most men never hear. Every time you feel aroused, every time you sense that magnetic pull of desire, you're not just experiencing physical stimulation, you're brushing against the edge of cosmic consciousness. That electricity you feel is the same current that powers enlightenment. Most men waste it. They suppress it out of guilt or they discharge it unconsciously, never realizing what they are throwing away. But you don't have to be like that. You don't have to keep treating your sexual energy like a burden, a guilty secret, or a habit to indulge. You can learn to work with it, master it, and refine it into something that doesn't just give you pleasure, but gives you power, clarity, creativity, and spiritual awakening. This journey we are about to take together is not about dogma. It's not about religion. It's not even about celibacy or indulgence. It's about remembering what men have forgotten, that your body is not a cage, but a temple. And the fire that burns inside you is not dirty, but divine. In the next sections, we'll explore how this energy moves, why the ancients called it the serpent of light, and how you can awaken it in a way that transforms not only your sexuality, but your entire life. You learn how to breathe with it, guide it, and experience what mystics have described as orgasms of light, moments where the physical, emotional, and spiritual merge into one. So I'll ask you again, what if I told you the enlightenment has been living in your body this whole time, waiting for you to notice? Would you ignore it or would you answer the call? Because make no mistake, this journey is not just about sex, it's about power. It's about reclaiming the energy that society told you to waste. And most of all, it's about discovering the divine man you were always meant to become. The hidden truth of sexual energy. From the moment we are born, society starts feeding us stories about sex. Some of them are whispered warnings, some of them are bold lies, and some are silent taboos that shape how we see ourselves as men. Think about your teenagers. Did anyone sit you down and tell you that the energy you felt rising in your body was the most powerful force in the universe? Probably not. More likely, you were told to control it, hide it, or feel guilty about it. Some were warned that desire itself was sinful. Others were encouraged to chase after women recklessly as if sex was only about conquest. Very few, if any, were told the truth. This is the same energy that can awaken your spirit and shape your destiny. For centuries, powerful institutions, religious, political, even educational, have tried to tame this energy. Not because it's evil, but because it's dangerous in the hands of a man who knows its power. A man who understands his sexual energy is harder to manipulate. He becomes less distracted, more focused, and more creative. He sees through the illusions of society because he has touched the fire within himself. And throughout history, societies have often been built to keep men compliant, not awakened. In ancient cultures, it was different. As the sages of India spoke of ojas, the refined essence of sexual energy, as the very fuel of spiritual growth. The Taoists of China practice exercises to circulate Jing throughout the body, transforming it into vitality, wisdom, and spiritual vision. Even the early Christians had mystics who spoke about it in secret divine unions and the body as a vessel of sacred fire. But over time, much of that wisdom was hidden, demonized, or forgotten. Ask yourself this: why does society constantly push you towards wasting your energy? Why is pornography everywhere, available at the click of the button, draining millions of men daily? Why are men encouraged to discharge without awareness, to treat sex as an entertainment rather than sacred communion? Because many a man empty of his vital energy is easy to control. He has no fire left to build, to create, to stand strong in his purpose. But here's the truth you weren't told: sexual energy is not separate from spiritual energy. It is spiritual energy in its rawest form. The fire you feel in your loins is the same fire mystics seek in meditation. The surge of energy that overtakes you in moments of passion is a surge of energy that yogis call Kundalini. You don't have to wait decades in a cave to find it, it's already alive in you. The real question is, what will you do with it? Will you keep letting it slip away unconsciously? Or will you learn, like the masters of old, to channel it into power, presence, and awakening? When you start to see this truth, everything changes. Your shame dissolves. You realize there's nothing wrong with your desire, it's simply misdirected. You stop living like a man constantly chasing women or constantly running from his own impulses. Instead, you become the kind of man who stands in his energy, owns it, and uses it as fuel for growth. This is the hidden truth that society never taught you. The same energy that can create a child can also create a king. Kundalini, the serpent of light. Now that we have peeled back the lies, let's talk about the ancient symbol that has baffled and fascinated seekers for thousands of years: the serpent of light, the Kundalini. In Sanskrit, Kundalini means the coiled one. Imagine a serpent curled 3.5 times at the base of your spine, waiting patiently for the moment of awakening. This isn't just mythology, it's the closest metaphor ancient mystics could find for the incredible force that sleeps within you. Why a serpent? Because serpents move with waves, undulating power, and precision. In the same way, this energy rises in pulses, weaving its way through your body with intelligence. It doesn't move randomly. It knows exactly what to heal, what to burn away, and where to deliver its light. When Kundalini awakens, it begins a journey upward to the chakras, the energy centers of your body. Each chakra is like a locked doorway, and the serpent is the key. As she rises, she activates the centers, opening them to higher levels of consciousness. But here's what most men don't realize: this serpent energy is inherently sexual. It is the same fire that stirs in you during arousal. That's why your breathing changes, your awareness sharpens, and your body feels charged with electricity during sexual passion. You're already tasting the beginning of Kundalini power. You just haven't guided it upward. The ancients knew this. Tantric masters discovered that sexual union, when practiced with deep awareness, could awaken Kundalini directly. Taoists practice inner alchemy to circulate the sexual essence through the spine and into higher centers. Sufi poets spoke in veiled language about being drunk with the wine of God, their ecstasy hinting at the same inner force. When Kundalini rises, she brings more than pleasure. She brings transformation. Old traumas and emotional blockages are burned away in her fire. Limiting beliefs are dissolved. You start to remember who you are, not just a man of flesh and bone, but a being of light and consciousness. Ordinary part. Kundalini is intelligent. She doesn't just blast through you blindly, she works with precision, showing you visions, insights, and inner truths that guide your evolution. Some describe it as rewiring of the nervous system. Others call it a death and rebirth process. Whatever the language, the experience is undeniable. You're not the same man after Kundalini touches you. That is why awakening can feel both ecstatic and overwhelming. Imagine plugging a light bulb designed for 20 volts into a current of 100 volts. At first, it flickers wildly, unsure if it can handle the surge. But with time, practice, and presence, your body adapts. You grow into the energy, and when you do, your entire life begins to shine. The serpent has always been a symbol of transformation, shedding her old skin to reveal the new. In the same way, when Kundalini awakens in you, the old self you thought you were begins to peel away. The doubts, the shame, the fear, they burn off. What remains is the real you, the man you were always meant to be. So remember this: every flicker of sexual energy you feel is not a distraction, not a curse, and not a weakness. It's the serpent stirring. She's whispering that you're more than you have been told. She's waiting for you to wake up. The chakra journey, unlocking the gates of power. Imagine your body as a sacred temple with seven gateways of light. Each gateway or chakra holds a different key to your evolution as a man. When Kundalini rises, she visits each gate, awakening hidden powers, burning away blockages, and gifting you new levels of awareness. Let's walk through these seven centers one by one, not as abstract concepts, but as lived experiences you can actually feel. Number one, root chakra, the grounding of power. Located at the base of your spine, this is the foundation of your being. Here lives your survival instinct, your raw vitality, your connection to the earth. When Kundalini awakens at the root, you feel a surge of life force coursing through your body. It's like plugging into a power grid of existence. This is where you reclaim your right to exist fully as a man. Many men carry unconscious shame here: shame around their body, their desires, their right to take up space. Awakening at the root burns through that shame. You begin to stand taller, breathe deeper, and feel unshakably alive. Number two, the sacral chakra, the fire of creation. A few inches below your navel lies the sacral chakra, the seat of creativity, pleasure, and emotional depth. When sexual energy rises here, it transforms into pure creative force. This is the energy of artists, lovers, and visionaries. Instead of being controlled by lust, you learn to channel it. You begin to see women not just as objects of desire, but as reflections of divine beauty. Your relationships deepen because you're no longer chasing empty pleasure. You're creating a connection. In this center, you rediscover the joy of play, the ecstasy of passion, and the courage to express your emotions without fear. Number three, solar plexus, the forge of willpower. Now the energy climbs into your belly, the solar plexus, where your personal power lives. Here, sexual energy ignites as confidence, courage, and inner fire. This is where boys become men. When Kundalini opens the center, you feel unstoppable. The doubts that used to paralyze you dissolve in the flames. You begin to see yourself as capable, worthy, and strong. Your sexual energy fuels your ambitions. You no longer waste it on distractions. You use it to forge your path in life. Number four, the heart chakra, the awakening of love. At the heart, something miraculous happens. The fiery energy softens and transforms into love, not just romantic love, but universal love. You feel waves of compassion flowing through you, connecting you to everyone and everything. This is where sex transcends the physical. In moments of deep intimacy, you begin to taste divine union, as if your partner's soul is one with yours. But it doesn't stop there. You begin to feel this love everywhere, in nature, in strangers, even in yourself. Number five, the throat chakra, the voice of truth. When the serpent touches your throat, you discover the power of authentic expression. Many men struggle to speak their truth, to say what they really feel, but awakened energy unlocks your voice. You stop mumbling through life. You stop pretending to be what others expect. You start speaking with clarity, honesty, and conviction. Your words carry power because they flow from the core of your being, not from fear. Number six, third eye, the vision beyond sight. Between your eyebrows lies the gateway to higher perception. When sexual energy rises there, it turns into insight, intuition, and visionary awareness. You begin to see patterns others miss. Dreams become vivid, synchronicities multiply, and your imagination sharpens. This is where the so called orgasms of light often emerge, moments where waves of bliss flood your entire body as your mind opens to higher realities. Number seven, crown chakra, the union with the divine. Finally, the serpent reaches the crown of your head. This is where your individual self dissolves into infinite consciousness. Here, sexual energy merges with divine energy, completing its journey. Words fall short to describe this. It feels like dying and being reborn as light. It feels like boundaries of your body dissolve and you're everywhere, connected to everything. It is the ultimate orgasm, not of the flesh, but of the soul. This is a chakra journey, and whether it unfolds in a single ecstatic moment or over years of practice, it is the path that transforms ordinary men into awakened beings. The techniques of transmutation. Knowing about this energy is one thing, working with it consciously is another. The ancient masters left us with a toolkit, practices to refine sexual energy into spiritual power. Here are the four pillars of transmutation. Number one, breath, the bridge between worlds. Most men breathe shallowly during arousal. They trap the energy in the lower body. The secret is to breathe deeply, guiding the energy upward. Here's a simple exercise. As you inhale, draw your breath deep into your belly. As you exhale, imagine the energy rising up through your spine like golden light traveling through your heart. With practice, you'll feel the energy actually moving. Number two, sound, the hidden key. Don't silence yourself. Sound is vibration, and vibration moves energy. Ancient traditions used mantras to guide sexual fire through the chakras. Try this. When you feel energy building, allow deep tones to rise from your chest. As it climbs higher, let your sounds shift naturally, lighter, freer, and more melodic. This isn't just noise, it's the tuning of your body like an instrument. Number three, visualization, the inner map. Your mind directs energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. Visualize your sexual energy as radiant light rising through each chakra, changing colors as it ascends: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. With practice, this becomes more than an imagination, it becomes a sensation. Number four, presence, the master secret. Above all, stay present. Don't chase orgasm. Don't fantasize. Don't disconnect. Feel everything as it is. Presence refines energy naturally. Even during intimacy with a partner, stay anchored in awareness. Look into their eyes. Feel the energy as one current moving between you. In those moments, sex becomes a prayer. Through breath, sound, visualization, and presence, you stop wasting your energy. You start cultivating it. What once drained you now fuels you. Orgasms of light, the peak of transformation. So, what happens when you truly master this art? What lies at the summit of the journey? The answer is what mystics call the orgasms of light. This isn't just a longer, stronger orgasm, it's an entirely different dimension of experience. Instead of energy being discharged outward, it rises inward and upward, exploding into your whole being. In a spiritual orgasm, time dissolves. The sense of you as a separate man disappears. You merge with something vast. Call it God, call it consciousness, call it universe. Your body trembles, your breath becomes infinite, and waves of bliss flood over your nervous system. It's not fantasy. Mystics across cultures described it. The Sufis called it fana, annihilation in divine love. The Tantrics called it sahaja samadhi, enlightenment through ecstasy, and the Taoists called it the great union of yin and yang. Once you taste this, you realize something profound. This state isn't confined to sex, it's your natural state of being. The orgasm of light is simply a glimpse of what feels like when you live fully aligned with your divine energy. And here's the most beautiful truth: you don't have to wait years to experience it. Every moment of arousal, every conscious breath, every spark of pleasure is an invitation. The divine is knocking at the door of your body. The question is whether you'll open it. Integration and daily practice, living as an awakened man. Now that you understand the journey of sexual energy and how it rises through the chakras, the real question is this: how do you bring this into your daily life as a man? Spiritual experiences are beautiful, but if they stay locked away in moments of meditation or intimacy, they are incomplete. The true test of mastery is integration, carrying the awakened energy into how you live, work, love, and show up in the world. 1. Morning rituals to charge your energy. Start your day by connecting with your life force. Before you check your phone or rush into work, give yourself 10 minutes to breathe deeply into your belly. Visualize energy rising through your spine and silently. My energy is sacred, my body is divine. Today I choose to channel my power with awareness. My energy is. This small ritual sets the tone for your whole day. You walk into the world grounded, alive, and unshakably confident. Number two, discipline in desire. Every time you feel sexual arousal, you are standing at a crossroads. One path is unconscious release, momentary pleasure followed by emptiness. The other path is conscious cultivation, choosing to breathe, redirect, and refine that energy. Start small. The next time you're aroused, pause. Place your hand on your belly. Breathe deeply. Feel the energy move upward. Notice how it shifts your state. Over time, you'll realize you don't need to discharge every impulse. You can ride the wave, build the energy, and transform it. Transform it into strength, clarity, and creativity. Number three, movement as energy practice. Your body is not meant to stay still all day. Ancient tradition always paired energy practices with movement. Yoga, Qigong, martial arts, they are all designed to circulate sexual energy throughout your body. As a modern man, you don't need to master all of them. Just commit to daily movement. Stretch, walk, lift weights, dance, or practice yoga. The point is to keep your energy flowing, not stagnant. Number four, intimacy as spiritual practice. In your relationships, bring awareness into intimacy. Instead of rushing toward climax, slow down. Breathe with your partner. Look into their eyes. Move together like waves. Make your bedroom a temple, not just a place of release. This changes everything. Sex stops being a physical activity and becomes an experience of deep connection, even transcendence. Transcendence. You'll discover that your partner isn't just a lover, they are a mirror of the divine, reflecting your own awakened self back to you. Number five, service and purpose. Energy without direction is wasted. Once you begin to cultivate more life force, you will feel a natural urge to pour it into something bigger than yourself. That's your calling, that's your purpose. It could be building a business, creating art, serving your community, or guiding others on their journey. Whatever it is, channel your energy into it. A man who masters his sexual energy becomes unstoppable because he is no longer leaking his power, he is directing it with precision. Integration means living as an awakened man, not just experiencing awakening in private moments. It's about embodying the truth that your energy is sacred every day in every choice. The final awakening, answering the call of the serpent goddess. We have come to the summit of this journey. And now I want you to pause and ask yourself a question. Are you ready to awaken? The serpent goddess, the Kundalini, has been waiting within your entire life. She's patient, but she's powerful. When you answer her call, everything changes. Your fears dissolve, your shame burns away, your body becomes a temple of light. This is not mythology. This is not philosophy. This is your birthright. The choice every man faces. Most men go through life unconscious. They waste their energy on lust, distractions, or empty habits. They never realize that the very power they are throwing away is the key to their greatness. But some men, rare men, hear the call. They feel the stirring at the base of their spine, the restless whisper of energy asking to rise. And when they answer, they step into a path of transformation that makes them more alive, more present, and more free than they ever imagined. The union of masculine and divine. When you awaken your sexual energy, you're not just improving your sex life, you're reconnecting with the divine fire of creation itself. You realize that God is not far away in the sky, God is pulsing in your breath, belly, flowing through your veins. And the orgasm of light is the moment you recognize yourself as one with that divine fire. So here's a message for you. If you have felt that something was missing in your spiritual path, if meditation left you restless, if prayer felt dry, self development felt shallow, this is the peace. Your body is not an obstacle. Your desire is not a sin. Your sexual energy is not something to suppress or waste. It is the most sacred gift you have been given, the bridge between man and God. You're standing at the threshold right now. The question is, will you cross it? The invitation for you. Breathe, feel your body, sense the quiet pulse of energy at the base of your spine. Her, the serpent goddess, waiting. She's not dangerous. Though the journey may be intense, she's not against you. She's you in your fullest, most awakened form. When she rises, she will not destroy you. She will reveal you. She will burn away what is false and crown you with what is true. And when that moment comes, you will understand that every mistake before you discovered that the fire in your loins is the same fire that births stars, that the pleasure in your body is the same ecstasy that sings through creation, that you, brother, are not separate from the divine. You are it. This is the awakening. This is your path. The serpent is stirring. The time is now. The practical daily path and closing message. Now that you have walked through the sacred mysteries of sexual energy and Kundalini awakening, it's time to ground in your everyday life. Awakening isn't a one time event, it's a daily practice, a way of living, a choice you make every single morning. This final section will give you a clear daily path, a set of simple but powerful practices that can transform not only your spiritual life, but your health, vitality, and relationships as well. Think of this as your blueprint for mastery. So, step one, the morning reset, breath of life. Before you check your phone or let the world invade your mind, take 10 minutes for yourself. Sit comfortably, place your hands on your belly, inhale deeply through the nose, drawing breath into your lower abdomen. On the exhale, imagine the energy rising from the base of your spine upward towards your heart and your heart and your head. Do this for 30 breaths. As you finish, sit in a silence for a moment and then affirm, my energy is sacred. I choose to use it consciously today. This simple ritual centers you and sets the tone for everything that follows. Step two, move to circulate your energy. Your energy flows best when your body moves. You don't need a 2 hour workout or a yoga retreat. Just 15 to 20 minutes of movement daily will keep your energy circulating. So, what are your options? Yoga postures like cobra, bridge, or pelvic tilts, excellent for awakening your spinal energy. Qigong or Tai Chi to gently move and circulate life force. Strength training to ground your energy in the body, or simply a mindful walk in nature. The form doesn't matter, the intention does. Move your body like it's a temple, not a machine. Step three, the practice of retention and redirection. As a man, you hold within you a potent reservoir of life force. Every time you feel arousal, you're standing at the gateway of transformation. Instead of rushing toward release, pause and breathe. Contract your pelvic floor muscles slightly and visualize the energy rising up your spine. This is the ancient art of retention and redirection. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to suppress desire. You only need to start practicing awareness. Over time, you'll notice your energy stays with you longer, your confidence increases, your mind sharpens, and your presence deepens. Step four, the evening ritual, the fire of action. Before you sleep, close your eyes, review your day not with judgment but with awareness. Ask yourself, did I honor my energy today? Did I waste it unconsciously or did I channel it with a purpose? Did I use my power to serve, to create, to love? Spend 5 minutes breathing slowly, visualizing golden light settling in your belly and your heart. This practice helps you rest deeply, recharge fully, and enter sleep as a sacred ritual. Step 5, sacred sexual union. Optional, but very powerful. If you share intimacy with a partner, transform sex into a spiritual practice. Slow down, synchronize breathing, look into each other's eyes, focus on energy rising through your bodies rather than racing towards climax. This turns lovemaking into a form of prayer. Each touch becomes sacred. Each wave of pleasure becomes a reminder of your divine nature. Step 6: Service and Purpose. Energy without direction leads to frustration. Energy with purpose leads to greatness. Ask yourself, where am I being called to serve? It may be in your family, your work, your art, or your community. When you channel your cultivated energy into service, you feel aligned with something bigger than yourself. And that alignment brings deep fulfillment. The closing call. Brother, the path is open before you. You've learned the secret hidden in plain sight, that your sexual energy is not an obstacle, but a sacred key. That the fire you've been taught to waste or fear is actually your ladder to the divine. Now you hold the tools. You have the breath, the movement, the rituals, and the awareness. But the real transformation will not come from hearing these words. It will come from living them. Every morning, every breath, every moment of arousal is an invitation to rise higher, to live fuller, to awaken deeper. You're not a man bound by lust, fear, or shame. You are a man crowned by divine fire. You are a temple of light. You are the union of masculine strength and divine consciousness. The serpent goddess waits for no one. She stirs when you're ready, and she is stirring now. So I leave you with this final truth. Your energy is your destiny. Guard it, cultivate it, rise with it, and let it carry you into the man you're always meant to be. This is your path. This is your power. This is your awakening.